And today we're actually to unpopular opinions that will probably piss you off too. I'm not one to get too upset or get too rage baited about people's opinions, but let's see if we do just that, get rage baited or get upset. Make sure y'all post to Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday about 5 or 6 p.m. man. I'm moving right now, so my schedule is a little bit wonky, but that's normally what I'm on. Let it.
Popular opinions that will probably piss you off. At least half of Sabrina Carpenter's audience doesn't care about her music. They just think she looks good. As a matter of fact, this isn't just for Sabrina Carpenter. This is for a good amount of female artists in general. But I'm using
Good amount. We put Cardi B, you put Meg. I feel like people liked Cardi B and Meg shit at one point. I don't think now. Doja Cat, I personally never really saw Doja Cat as that attractive, but I think she got some bangers. So I don't know about these, and I don't really know too much about Sabrina Carpenter's music.
general. But I'm using her as an example now. Walk. And before you say I'm wrong, what's the first thing that you think about when you think of Sabrina Carpenter? As a matter of fact, let me answer that for you.
Cute white girl that be twerking and shit.
For you. You don't think of espresso, you think of her doing those sex positions on stage. Prove my point exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, her music is cool. It's alright. It's decent. It's listenable. At the same time, we all know of Sabrina Carpenter because of her crazy antics, not because of her music. Yeah. Hell, I've probably listened to an Olivia Rodrigo song before I listened to a Sabrina Carpenter one. Again, don't think it's bad, just don't care. And you most likely don't care either. Hell, because most of her audience doesn't really care about her breakups, they just care about her ass cheeks, and they're trying to see those over her getting her heart broken. Game is game, ball is ball. Next one. Number 2, being weird on social media is only cool if you're attractive. Just being honest, I don't like that this is true, but it is true. I'm gonna keep it a bean. For instance,
No, wait. Keep being weird on. Oh, it's only cool. I'm gonna let it.
if somebody like Quinn Blackwell wasn't fine, people would think she's a literal psychopath. And the same thing with Ted Bundy. Like, imagine linking with a girl and she had a teeth collection in her drawer. You would think she's insane, right? Now imagine if that girl looked like Ash Cash. Now all of us.
Okay.
She's just quirky. My point proven exactly. Next up. Thing number 3. People need to stop being embarrassed so much and just live life. And just because you have a rip in your pants doesn't mean it's
I feel that. Nah, for sure. People be saying like, something got broke down to me so soon by my dog Berto. I was like, I be around, like when I was around Clout, like certain people, they be seeing me, and I think even whenever I'm on stream too, they be like, "Yo, this is the first time Dior yelled or something," because they be claiming I'm just so nonchalant, bro. Just around people I don't know, you know what I'm saying, or just on camera and just in my regular state, I'm not this guy, type of guy, right? That's just not who I am. That's just not me. Especially if we know each other in person, if I might whatever. Cloud was like, "Oh, they're so nonchalant. This is that and the third." They be doing this glaze thing. I don't know why, but they do this glaze thing with me. But when I'm with people I know, I'm the most. You know what I'm saying? I'm a weird. Who he have my son, my girl, my cousin. Like I'm fucking around. I'm making jokes. This is that and the third. That's just who I am, right? I'm not. I'm not this open book to new people. And Berto broke it down to me real good at one day. It was like, it's something about, I was like, I don't know why, but it's just, this is how I am. He was like, and he said it very respectfully, but it was like something along the lines of, it's insecurities. It's like it's something going on. It's insecurities that have stopped you from being this type of person outwardly. You know what I'm saying? And the event of being looked at or judged some type of certain way, and it comes from maybe something that's like when you were young, and how you were early, where somebody was like, "What the heck? What's wrong with you?" And then you directed it at a young age to be more like, "Oh man, you're not stunting that," to now it's just become natural to you. I don't know if I broke that down. I know I didn't break it out as good as he said it, but that's what I was like, damn, that's so true. Cause like, I remember when I was young, right? Just so many things, like on my uncle. I remember I went and visited my uncle one time. I used to go out to Atlanta every summer to go visit my uncle. And we would do shit, and we were playing football one day, catch or something. He had me running. Like, why you run like? He's like, why you run like that, man? You run like a girl. I was like, what? Run like a girl? And so it made me like, oh, no, I ain't running like that. Okay, boom. Young. I remember young. Had this laugh. I would laugh and be like, I guess it was just a loud, like loud laugh or whatever. And my mom was like, stop laughing like that, or I'm gonna beat your ass. So I had changed my laugh. I changed my laugh animation because I was like, oh shit, I ain't getting my ass beat now. You feel me? She's like, that loud, that crazy, that laugh, whatever. Blah, blah. So I switched it up. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just from time, but just like, I'm just this is how I move and arrange myself. And then when I get around people that, I'm with all the time and I know and I love, like, I become more open booked. You feel me? Sorry for that long spiel, but I understand what he's saying.
It's the end of the world. People need to be more comfortable.
Like, I really rock with people that can do that. Like, I could see I might look at you for a second and be like, what this nigga got going on? But then I'm like, no, I rock with how people can be so open in public like that. That's cool. That's what's up. I wish I had a little bit more of that. Not all the way, because I don't want to be this big open book. But like, I be seeing that, I'm like, no, that's what's up that he feel comfortable doing that. Like, that's dope.
Comfortable with being humans, not robots. Let yourself be a fuck up. And instead of being embarrassed, laugh at it and move on with your life like everybody else does. Like, nowadays, people are too scared to dance at a party. Brother, that's the whole point of being here, to dance. I promise you, nobody thinks that you're cooler by standing on the wall trying to aura farm. Live life, Jazz. The hoes are not impressed. And also, most of the time, nobody really cares about your Instagram flick. So wear what you want and just post what you want. Stop caring about other people. You're not an influencer. You're a human being. Stop trying to act like one. Thing number 4, fist fighting should only be reserved for actual serious conflict. If it's anything besides that, then talk it out like real men. Or like a real woman. Let's be inclusive. Like, if fighting is the first thing you want to do after you get into a disagreement, I'm gonna be honest, you need to grow up. Like, honestly, that just stopped being cool after high school, bro. Like, nobody cares that you want to fight.
Yeah, especially as a grown man. Like, bro, let's de-escalate this. Let's de-escalate this. We only, come on, so cool, you know what I'm saying? I only feel like this, the confrontation where it gets physical is when it just gets so overly disrespectful to things that you can't, like, whatever it is that you feel like you can't walk away from. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just go like, cause somebody could say something to me and I can walk off and turn, but it doesn't start where there's certain triggers that can make somebody be able to get what? And you might not just swing off on a nigga, but you sit and fester in that situation longer. So now that person is also doing the same thing, and y'all aren't walking away from each other, so you end up getting into something, which is very rare. I would like to go the rest of my life without ever getting into no other altercations. I would love that. You feel me? I would love that's the rest of my life goes. But I'm prepared though, and that's what I feel like a lot of niggas aren't. Be prepared. Learn some shit. Get to jail. Be prepared as a man.
Like, we're grown adults. Learn to talk out disagreements. The only time you should honestly fight is to defend yourself or defend your family. Besides that, you're doing a little bit too much. Just talk it out like decent human being. Fighting is just pointless. Thing number 5, height doesn't matter unless you're a professional athlete. Unless you're trying to guard LeBron or get massaged like Deshaun. Height doesn't really matter in your life. Let's keep it a bit. Yeah, women care about it theoretically, but at the same time, as long as you're masculine, women don't really care about it. They just say they do. I seen a 5'4" guy pull a 6-foot girl the same day he met her, and the only thing he did was just be himself. But also, he had confidence. When you really that, it really doesn't matter how tall you are. Keep that in mind to all of my short niggas out there. Height doesn't matter. Unless you're trying to guard Steph Curry, I'm not gonna lie to you. Next one, I'd rather trust a bad person who's honest about who they are than a quote-unquote good person who lies a lot. Honesty is very valuable, and in my opinion, I'd rather trust a bank robber who's gonna tell me he robbed a bank than a financial advisor who steals money from me on the low. At the end of the day, they're both thieves, but at least one admitted. Nobody's perfect, and people try to betray that they're perfect all the time. So don't trust the people who do, and trust the people who are honest about who they are, even if they're not the best person. Because in all reality, nobody's perfect. And the people who try to betray that they're perfect are the real ones that need to be watched at all times. Next up, war is the stupidest thing ever, and instead of innocent men dying for leaders who don't care about them, those same leaders should duke it out to a battle of the death instead. And I guarantee a lot less wars would happen.
Just not I understand the fun conversation and all that, but that just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way.
Plus, that would be entertaining. I mean, imagine Trump and the president of China just duking it out for the ones. That would be peak entertainment. You can't tell me otherwise. And I'm totally not bringing that up because of a recent controversy that's happening in the world right now. Stop involving innocent people into your battles. Because I promise you, I have no problem with any other country except ours. And I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me, especially the soldiers that are fighting for your country. So be a man and go fight yourself. Just like back in the medieval days, the kings always led their soldiers to battle. What changed? Next up, I'd rather an all-natural 7 out of 10 than a BBL plastic 10 out of 10. In all honesty,
all natural 7 out of 10. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if she 10 out of 10, does that mean you think she is? That means you think she, well, okay, but she might have all that, but you think she's a 10 out of 10? So, but let me break it down like this. There's a girl, so basically you're just saying a girl that's a 7 out of 10 and a girl that's a 10 out of 10. So you see her physically as a 10 out of 10, but then you see a 7 out of 10. But she just so happens to have the plastic surgery and stuff like that. But she don't, she's natural. So you'd rather the natural. Okay, I'm with you there. I understand. But you do see her as a 10 out of 10 though. You're just saying like, you're not saying you don't think she looks good. You're saying she still looks good. She's a 10 out of 10, but I want the natural girl because she's natural. 7 out of 10. That's what he's saying. Okay.
Real beauty isn't makeup and lip fillers. It's stretch marks and bad acne. I don't want to see you at your best. I want to see you at your lowest because I still find you attractive. And a lot of times I find you more attractive because I don't want to love an IG baddie. I want to love a real person. And sometimes women don't understand that, but y'all should because it will save y'all a lot.
I want you to understand that this nigga is saying this for the video. I'm telling you, I've spoken to this nigga. I see how he is in real life. If an IG baddie, I want you to understand, this nigga right here, if an IG baddie walked up to his young ass, he would go immediately. And she loved him to the death and she was fake this, and he thought she looked good, that nigga staying with her. Trust and believe. That nigga, yes, him. I know him in real life. This is one thing about some of my partners, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like Berto, Cloud, you know what I'm saying? Don is very much so through and through. He gonna tell you, but these niggas, they'll do a little bit of capture in the video to say certain things. No, nigga, no. And I'm here, I'm the one to tell you, sometimes niggas is doing some capture to make the seem a certain way in a video. No.
A lot of stress. Because I promise you the beauty standards that y'all try to set up.
It's the same nigga. No, don't listen to this nigga. He's capped the fuck out. This is what you're supposed to be saying and what you're supposed to think. But this is a human being. Let's remind ourselves.
On yourselves, y'all are setting on yourselves. A lot of guys just don't care. As long as we can find a good girl who actually loves and cares about us, who we personally find attractive, we're gonna be straight. You don't have to have big titties, big ass, and big lips. I don't care. I guarantee most guys don't care either, especially the man for you. Stop trying to please all of us and please the one that's meant for you. And the only way you can please him is by being yourself. That is what he will like, not Kylie Jenner. Like I said earlier, I guarantee half of the pressure you put on yourself is put on you by other women. And you shouldn't try to please other women by looking good. You want to please yourself or the guy you want. So stop caring. I promise you, women be so jealous of other pretty women. It's so weird. So lock the fuck in. Next up, school is just programming for you to be a worker. You go to school from 7 to 3 and you work a job from 9 to 5.
There's I guess there's some truth to that. You know, I'm sure that's probably how it was set up years ago because that's how life was years ago. And yes, there's new ways and new teachings and they're not adding how to be a fucking YouTuber to their curriculum and shit. But I don't think it's just that. There's so many experience. Like, I didn't even graduate from college. I wasted my money, went to college. But my experience as a college student prepared me for the world. I think it's more so college. School is maybe built to do that, but it does so much more. And like, it helped with school. It helps you to critically think, problem solve, do things that it is that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And the importance of doing what you don't want to do. I feel like sometimes school gets a bad rap because it doesn't teach you how to do taxes and fucking some old shit and all of that, right? Which, you know, would it be better if it did? Yes. If they implemented certain things into curriculums, yes. But like school and learning this bullshit, I feel like has some type of importance because although you might not use it, but your brain is being the muscle, like the problem solving muscle and the deductive reasoning muscle and the stress muscle, like these things are all being worked on when you're in school. And I'm gonna make sure that my son takes school seriously. Whenever I have more children, all my children will take school seriously, and I'm just gonna have the traditional, like, I don't want to see no F's. Really, don't really want to see no C's. I want some A's and B's in there, and I want you to work hard and do what you got to do in school, because it's not about fucking the A squared plus B squared equals C squared shit. It's about the mind being put in taxing environments, stressful environments, and coming out on top of those environments. You see what I'm saying? That's why I feel like school is important, as well as the social aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Being with friends, as well as learning how to follow directions from authoritative figures like teachers and coaches and stuff like that. Like, these things are very important for, I feel like, one's development. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Do the math. They want you to be a worker, not a human. Because when you really think about it, half the information we learn in school we don't really need. And they're really just giving us work so they can teach good work ethic. So when we get to our jobs, we're actually grinding. And when we get burnt out, we're used to it because we did it all throughout high school. Plus, outside of elementary school, school doesn't allow you to be creative. And one of the most important things for a human to do is be creative. Creating life is the best feeling.
I feel like it's more so up to you and your parents in regards to how you become more like being more creative. You see what I'm saying? Like, my mom made sure, we were actively in other things. We had to do something. We couldn't, like, me, when I say we, I'm talking about me and my brothers. We were not allowed to not do something. We had to be in some type of sport, some type of extracurricular activity. She's like, what is it that you like? Okay. My brother, he's really big into like film and stuff like that. So they're actively putting him in like film things. If the school provides something film related, he's got to be in it. If he's doing some type of, like, they're going to outside certain things that have nothing to do with school that were film related. My brother, we have to do a sport. So, and we're not allowed to quit. We have to see it through all the way through. So my brother, he's in golf. You choose what it is that you want to do, but you're doing something. That's what she's enforces. Like, you have to do something. You like doing what you like doing. Okay, bet. Come on. So you're gonna be doing this to make yourself better in that thing. And so that's what I say. I think something like that is up to the person or the parent, right? In my case, I was already, school might not teach creativeness, but like, how do you teach, like, I guess there's art classes and shit like that, but like, bro, nigga, I started playing keys and I was doing a lot of shit by myself. I didn't need school to teach me how to be creative. I don't know, maybe some people are just more naturally, some people don't like doing creative shit. Some people like being told exactly what to do. That's why a lot of people are working. You feel me? So, I don't know. I think this conversation, like, in regards to school, people, we all might have certain thought processes about it. I understand y'all's point of view. I respect your point of view. Whatever it is, might not agree fully, might not agree with me, but that's how everything is that we do and live on this channel, man. I'm just talking.
World. Literally, that's why it feels so good. And creating something and bringing it into this world is one of the best feelings you can ever feel. But school draws you away from that and puts you in an office chair. Quite literally, which is why I just think it's a glorified prison disguised as beneficial. And I'm not just saying that because I'm unemployed. I'm really just saying that because, well, I am unemployed. But I'm unemployed because I chose to be a creator, like I was always meant to be. Which is why a good amount of people hate school, because they want to be creators, not workers. But some people are really good at being workers, so they just end up doing that. There's nothing really wrong with that. It's just what you want to do with your life. Plus, you can work a job and still create on the side. I ain't gonna lie. But if you were wondering why you don't like school, it's because you don't like working. At least for somebody else's dream, not yours. Next up, jorts is L fashion. I'm gonna keep it a beam. I will never get jiggy with wearing jean shorts. I will either wear jeans or shorts. Mixing the two just doesn't work, especially when they're very long. It kind of just looks like you just dropped in from the 2000s. I get that's the whole point, but at the same time, I'm not really a 2000s type of fashion type of guy. When you really think about it, we're really going back to the 2000s style of fashion. Everyone's wearing baggy shit now. I ain't gonna lie. We're really just flip-flopping at this point because I swear 5 years ago, everybody wanted to wear skinny jeans. Now you get called gay if you wear something that slightly hugs your thighs. Like, bro, I remember a time where you got called homeless for wearing baggy shit. Now it's popular. I ain't gonna lie. This crazy. Not hating or judging though. It's just crazy. Next up.
Yeah. Y'all know me. I rock with jorts. I got a few pairs of jorts. I'm real big into fashion though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see my IG. You know, I'm always like buying new clothes and used to it like that. Like, so I'm really big into fashion. I like the baggy stuff. I like the skinny stuff. I just went out last night or the other night with my mom for her birthday. I had the skinnies on. I hadn't worn skinnies in a minute. I had the purple skinnies on. Now they weren't skinny, but you know they're tighter. Like, I've been wearing a lot of baggy jeans. You see my IG, bro. I got the jorts. Like, I just be dabbling. I'm always putting some new shit, some clean shit on. So I'm always staying up with certain trends. You know, if I like something from an old trend, I'm gonna keep that. You feel me? Like, I've always been a fashion type of person growing up. So, you know, I'm not here to say what this is Cloud shit ass, even though Cloud they ain't got no swag. But like, it's cool. Like, you don't gotta be this drippy ass nigga. Like, you don't gotta do that. But Cloud don't got no swag though. Just period.
Anime is the best genre of television right now. And I'm gonna be honest, this is my personal opinion, but this is also kind of facts right now. I don't care about Love Island, I don't care about The Bachelor, and I for damn sure don't care about no freaky ass Too Hot to Handle. All I care about is Solo Leveling, Dan to Dan, and Windbreakers, bro. If you're not watching these three anime, you're missing out. Now, I'm not just throwing shots at reality TV. Regular TV, well, it's actually been pretty good, but I just think anime's better. I mean, I can't lie, Abbott Elementary is a cool comfort show. Forever on Netflix was low-key eating, and The Last of Us was good until they this season, I'm not gonna lie. But honestly, anime is just kind of peaking right now, and hopefully it keeps going on this run, because I don't want this to take the age like Michael B. Jordan's secret signature milk. If you can't guess what I'm talking about his last but not
anime's cool. I've had this discussion. I'm not the biggest fan. I've seen a lot of the mainstreams. I've seen maybe some stuff that's not the most mainstream, but I've seen all the mainstream ones. I feel like at times it gets repetitive and it makes me stop watching. I'm more of a shows guy, like Snowfalls and stuff like that. Like, I like good shows like that, like Ozark and stuff like that. I like them shows.
NBA playoffs is way better than NFL playoffs, but NBA season is far worse than NFL season. And it's not close, I'm not gonna lie. If you need proof for this, just look at this year. Nobody cared about the NBA until the playoffs hit, and now it's the biggest thing in the world right now besides soccer. And in my opinion, NBA is just better than the NFL playoffs. It just is. Because the NFL playoffs isn't bad, but it's just okay. I mean, nobody really cares until it's the Super Bowl anyway. So it's just kind of like whatever. But the NFL season though, see that's peak right there. Partly because of red zone betting, and it's just amazing. Sure. Honestly, feel like this because of how many games are played, but at the same time,
for sure,
the NBA season was shorter. I feel like low key it would go band for band for NFL season, but it's just too many games to really.
I like that take right there.
The playoffs, it's just perfect. It's just the perfect amount of games. I feel like this is the same thing for college football and basketball too. March Madness, yay. Regular season, no. College football season, yay. Postseason, yeah. Besides that, I appreciate y'all for watching. Go follow the Twitch if you want to see me yap.
Yeah, I like that. I like that take right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like the video, sub up, comment up, bitch, channel. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all, man. We go. Let's do it.